Hi, this is Shane Reese and welcome to Santra Outdoors. We're in eastern Montana and we're mule deer hunting or whitetail hunting, either one. Scott's behind the camera. Anthony's coming up tonight. We're going to pick him up, and so each one of us has a deer tag. And we also brought our bows, so we're going to do a little rifle hunting, we're going to do a little bow hunting. We still got antelope tags that we still got to fill, and we're running out of time. The antelope actually are starting to drop their horns here in Montana. It's the 6th of November. And we are in some beautiful, beautiful mule deer country. My Uncle Terry's with me, and we're kind of driving around, kind of checking out the area, seeing what we're going to come up with, and get a game plan on some of these big eastern Montana mule deer. So stay tuned, you're still watching Santra Outdoors. We decided to head to another spot to see if we can find some mule deer, and some checker fly across the road in front of us. So I grabbed the old Benelli and I'm off to see if I can get us some dinner. I missed! How in the world did I just miss on 3 shots? You want to go after him again? So I think they just landed right over here. Did they not? How did I miss? All right, we're gonna go try to get him. Got some more shells. Through the old Badlands upland bird pack on my back. My Uncle Terry grabbed Scott's Benelli, so we're gonna go try to kill some. I can't let these things get going, so let's go, Scotty. I'll show you what we got.
Uncle Terry's a shooter.
He is, he is. Headshot. These are so good eating too.
Nice shooting, Terry.
A lot of trap shooting.
Perfect, man. That was quick. You got them both.
This segment of Silent Raw Outdoors is sponsored by Polaris.
With the checker on the ground, it was time to get back to hunting. I knew a field that had some antelope in it. I decided to head back that way, see if we can grab the old Hoyt and close the distance. As you can see, the antelope bucks are losing their horns, and so they had one buck in the group. He was just a one-horn buck. But it's always tough this time of the year. You know, you have that extra tag, you know, if you don't shoot them during archery season. You can use this tag all the way through the rifle season, but unfortunately, you have to wear hunter's orange, and they're not too spooked. I don't think a lot of guys are hunting antelope this time of the year just because most people don't want to shoot an antelope buck with no horns, you know. But, you know us at Santra Outdoors, we just like shooting stuff, having some fun. So we got a tag in our pocket, we're going to use it, but we'll keep on trying. Hopefully tomorrow's a new day. We'll get back out, try to get some deer. It's fun, man. I love this stuff. Eastern Montana hunting. This is the one thing special about this hunt this week is that the property that I'm standing on, this actually was my grandfather's property. We hunted all his property today that was his at one point in time, and I used to cut weed in this field and bale hay and summer fallow. So this is like my old stomping ground. So this is a kind of a special hunt. Brought my kids and my wife with me so they can kind of see where I grew up and farmed and ranched with my grandfather. So this is good stuff, and this is what you see. This is his land. This was one of his wheat fields, as I said. And stinking antelope bucks, man, I'll tell you. I chased these things when I was a young kid. I chased these all over the place out in this wheat land, and I love it. It gets you in your blood and you just gotta hunt them, so. No go on the antelope, so we decided to head down the road. And what happens? As you know, 4 legs fur, bills and beaks. I'm off to hunt it. Sharp-tailed grouse in my sights. We got dinner. Benelli Vinci, meat, sharp-tailed grouse. It's a nice bird. We'll have some good eat tonight. What do you think, sis?
I'll hold it.
All right. Enough messing around. We've got enough birds on the ground for dinner. Now it's time to get serious, get back to mule deer hunting. Find a couple bucks, decide let's put a stock on them, see what kind of quality they are. And it's not a buck that I want to shoot. So I look at Scott and I pull the plug and say, let's move on, let's find something else. And Scott looks at me and says, you know what? I would have shot that buck. I'm the next shooter, and whatever buck I see, I'm putting it to the ground.
He's still standing there.
I got him. Scotty cannoli.
Holy cannoli. $350.
Well, Scott was a man of his word. He said the first buck he was going to see, he was going to shoot, and yes, he did. 354 yards, big old 2-point. I'll tell you what, too far for me to walk. Scott, you're on your own dragging this one out.
Well, he's not huge, but what the heck, huh?
It was good shooting though, buddy.
It's just a little 2-point, but
You know how good eating that's going to be though, Scotty?
that'd be a good one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but you're a man of your word. You said the first 2-point buck you see, you're going to shoot it.
It's fun.
You know, that's what hunting's about. It's not about killing trophy animals every time you go out. It's
Being
about
out with the crew and good friends. And
This segment of Silent Draw Outdoors is sponsored by Strut and Run.
Alright, this is Scotty's buck, and it's been a hunting trip, buddy. It's been rough going.
it's a little harder over here. We haven't seen a lot of huge bucks. We've seen maybe 3 or 4 shooters, and man, they get out of dodge when they see you coming. So I just decided, hey, we were kind of messing around a little bit, and I said, hey, next two legal buck we see, I'm going to shoot. And Anthony and Shane were giving me crap, and they're like, you won't do it. And I said, hey, I'll do it. And Anthony said, well, yeah, don't test my dad because he will do it. So anyway, we saw a group of about 8, had this little 2-point buck in it, and about a 354-yard shot. I think I clipped him high the first shot and got him, and then knocked him down, and then I had to shoot a couple more times, but made a good shot on that last one, put him down pretty hard.
Oh, you put him down hard and perfect right behind the shoulder. And the one thing about these bucks over here, we're talking about the big bucks. A lot of times, you know, they don't get big for being stupid, and a lot of these bucks, you'll see them and they'll take off over a coulee and then they just keep on going. Yeah. And they have all these escape routes that they do. We jumped those ones earlier this morning, but you're a man of your word. You said it. You said if a 2-point buck comes up, you'll shoot him. And what are the odds of us finding a 2-point buck? And
well, what's nice is your uncle and your cousin are here, and it's kind of cool because they know this country like the back of their hand. And they told us today they'd bring us in their little spot where they've seen a bunch of pretty nice bucks actually, and. So thank them too, you know, that was cool that they took the time to come out with us and show us around this cool country. We hunt the mountains back there, you know, in western Montana, and this eastern country is really fun. It's just, it's beautiful country, it's the rolling hills, and you just never know where you're going to find a deer, you know, and so we need to make sure we thank them, because that was pretty cool for them to take the time to come out with us and do that.
It is, and the nice thing is too is a deer like this is going to be super good eating.
Yeah, get them before they're all rutted up.
Oh, exactly.
They'll taste a little better. So
exactly. So it's a nice buck, Scotty, and I know it. It's not the giant monster that we always come to shoot, but once again, a deer's a deer, and if it's going to feed the family and provide for you through the winter, I mean that's why we hunt, you know. It's not about always killing the biggest thing, it's just about putting food on the table. So
well, and like we said, being out with the friends
friends and family.
That's what our show is about. So.
It is. Well, yeah, you've got your son here. I've got my wife and my girls that came out with us yesterday. And then my Uncle Terry's got his son Seth with us today. So, I mean, you're looking at hunting traditions that are going to be passed on to all of our children. And Anthony and Seth are of legal age to hunt. And so it's good to have these guys out here. But, man, I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
It's been fun, and we're not done. We got 3 more deer to shoot. Well, the pressure's on. Scott got his deer on the ground. Now it's my turn. I've got to find the buck of quality that I'm looking for and try to get one on the ground. 377. Gosh dang it, come on. He ain't gonna stop. You know when Texas Heart shot him?
Nice shot. Nice shot, Shane.
Yeah, boy.
Nice
435.
There's another deer. He was looking at one.
Where?
He was looking up that draw. He was looking at something. He was stuck.
Hey.
435, baby.
Nice shot. You smoked him. Beautiful shot.
Good spot.
Nice spot, Cannoli. Anthony's a man. He spotted him.
Sweet.
We just went on one heck of a hike, man, where Anthony and I, actually, Scott spotted 2 huge bucks, and we looked really huge, so we went after him, and probably walked a good 1.5 miles to kind of find out we were at 900 yards and they're 2 smaller bucks, and I think we just smoked a good one here. So
he's a good one. He's a real good one.
Yeah,
nice
baby.
shot, man. Good shot.
I kind of like the old
300 shorty.
the old 300 shorty.
This segment of Silent Draw Outdoors is sponsored by Hoyt.
All right, folks, here's the buck I just shot, and as you can see, he's a good buck. And I kind of feel a little guilty here because Anthony actually spotted the buck, and I didn't think he was as big as you know, as he was. I just thought he was a little 4, and I told these guys that I'd shoot the next buck that I saw, and so I kind of feel a little guilty here that I took a buck away from Anthony. But folks, this is just a huge, big-bodied eastern Montana mule deer, and he's just really thick. And the cool thing about this buck is he's got this big palm back here with a little hole, so he's definitely what we come to eastern Montana looking for. And man, I'm excited. I mean, Anthony, I'm sorry I shot the buck, but good spot. And I mean, it was tough to see when we were coming down. We all you could see is just his head up. And so we got a little ready, got set down, and 435 in the old Seiko 300 short, put him to the ground, and man, I can't be more excited. I feel bad, but we got a buck on the ground, and we still got some hunting to do. We got some hunting tomorrow to do, but this definitely, folks, is a good eastern Montana mule deer. And I kind of feel bad too because this is one of my uncle's secret honey holes, and he said he'd bring us over here, and we now shot 2 bucks out of here. But I appreciate Terry for letting us come in and shoot these bucks. But man, I'm excited, dude.
I'm pumped, dude. That's a good buck. That's a good shot.
And
It's a sweet shot. It's a good shot.
We broke in the old new Seiko 300 short mag. Broke it in right with a big old wall hanger muley. So
one shot. It's always good.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
One bullet. And it's funny, Scott and I a few nights ago, we marked each one of our bullets for a lucky bullet, and I did this SDO whack-em bullet. So we gave him the old whack job, and I'm excited. But let's get this thing caped out real quick, and then what we'll do is get going and try to find you a buck. And I still have a doe tag, so if we see a white-tailed doe, we'll try to get that on the ground and come back home with, you know, 2 or 3 deer in the back of the truck. So I appreciate it, man.
Good shot, man.
Yeah, brother. All right, well, Terry, thanks, buddy.
Hey, not a problem.
It's my Uncle Terry, and it's good. He actually took me on my very first deer hunt here in eastern Montana, and I believe I shot a 2-point. My first deer ever over here with you, and to go from 13 years old to I'm 38 now, still getting to hunt with you, man. It's awesome stuff, and thanks for bringing Scott and Anthony and I in here to hunt these bucks. And man, I can't be more excited and thrilled with shooting a big eastern Montana muley.
Well, it's fun sharing it with family. So
yeah, it's all good. So, but it's got some good character, man. Just the palmation, and I mean, he's a really good eastern Montana buck, and I'm stoked, man.
You should be.
I'm stoked. This is awesome.
It's bigger than what you thought.
It is. This is Silent Draw Outdoors in eastern Montana. Busting huge mule deer bucks. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. As you can see, folks, that mule deer hunt was really awesome. We had a lot of fun, especially the family time that we had. I know I had my wife and my 3 kids with me. Scott had his son, Anthony, with him, who is part of our pro staff here at Silent Draw Outdoors, so you know who Anthony is. And then my Uncle Terry had his son, Seth. But man, we killed 2 awesome bucks. And unfortunately, I said I still feel a little guilty that I killed a 163-inch muley buck that Anthony spotted and kind of took it away from him. But you know, Anthony understands, and we had no clue he was as big as he was. So I still want to thank Anthony. But I just want to highlight one thing that we did on this hunt. Both these animals that we had harvested were donated to people. Scott donated the meat to his sister, who now she has some food for the winter for her family. And then I donated the buck that I shot to a soldier who's deployed over in Iraq. Alex Harris, his family, his wife is in Lakeside, Montana. Alex is part of the 1st 136th Cavalry with the Montana National Guard. They're serving their 3rd tour of duty over in Iraq and Afghanistan. And so I really highly suggest that you guys find your military people. I know the families are out there. Find them, try to help provide food for them, and just give them some extra support. And we want to thank Alex for his company for all they do to protect our freedoms here in the United States, and also all the other troops around the world that are doing what they're doing, sacrificing and giving up family time to make sure that we have our freedom. So God bless those guys, and I hope you really enjoyed the show. We had a fun time doing it, especially, I said, dealing with our families. So hope you enjoyed your watching Silent Draw Outdoors.
Closed captioning is provided by Guides Unlimited Network.
I missed! How in the world did I just miss on 3 shots?
Additional sponsors of Silent Draw Outdoors are Trophy Taker, Black Gold Bow Sights, Tight Spot Quivers, Lakewood Products, Ripcord, Strut and Rut.